Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has landed in Washington, D.C. for talks with U.S. President Donald Trump at the White House. The two leaders are expected to hold talks on tariff cuts, trade, and recent deportation of Indians from the U.S. The Trump administration has complained that India has high tariffs that lock out U.S. imports. Apart from tariff cuts, Prime Minister Modi is expected to propose increased energy and defense imports during his visit. Now, shortly after landing in Washington, D.C., Prime Minister Modi met with newly appointed Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. And this signals that the Trump administration's strategic focus on strengthening U.S.-India intelligence ties. Now, members of Indian diaspora chanted Bharat Mata Ki Jai as Prime Minister Modi arrived at the Blair House, that is the U.S. President's guest house. The Indian Prime Minister expressed gratitude for the warm reception in the winter chill. Donald Trump is in the fourth week of his presidency, and officials say this is the earliest in an American president's term that an Indian Prime Minister has visited him. Prime Minister's visit to the U.S. also comes in the wake of the recent deportation of Indian detainees that has sparked concerns in New Delhi. The two leaders have built a rapport over the years, which was built by back-to-back visits to each other's countries. Now, the economic relationship between India and the U.S. has flourished in recent years, with two-way trade growing steadily. India currently has over $36 billion in trade surplus with the U.S. India exports key goods like oil, petrochemical, and gems, while importing raw materials and technology. However, the trade imbalance has drawn criticism from the U.S. President Donald Trump, who has pointed to India's high tariffs on American goods. Despite a steady decline in tariffs since 1990, from 125% to under 5%, India still imposes significant duties on certain goods. This led to friction in trade talks, with Trump calling India the tariff king during his first term. In recent negotiations, one of the major points of contention has been U.S. exports to India, especially in sectors like defense and hydrocarbons. India has spent between $1.5 and $4 billion annually on U.S. defense equipment. Discussions are likely to focus on increasing these imports as well as purchasing more U.S. liquefied natural gas to balance the trade. Another key issue was the tariff on U.S. motorcycles like Harley-Davidson, which used to face high tariffs in the country. The recent budget saw a reduction in these tariffs, potentially boosting sales. Additionally, American companies like those producing bourbon and Pickens are hoping for further tariff reductions to expand their reach in India. The trade relationship between India and the U.S. has been a double-edged sword. While trade continues to grow, India's persistent trade surplus with the U.S. remains a point of tension. India faces its own challenges, including a trade deficit with the rest of the world, which impacts its currency and overall economy. The two countries continue to explore solutions, with India possibly increasing imports of U.S. goods. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi is said to meet Donald Trump, tariff reductions and new agreements can provide a way forward, but tensions around issues like universal tariffs will likely persist.